Our next story is about an army, which is by far the biggest land grabber in the world. Not only does it encroach enemy lands, but also the land of the very country it claims to protect. I'm talking about the Pakistani military. It made a claim on another 8,000 acres of state land. The Islamabad High Court has rejected it. This land was meant for a national park. The army built a golf course on it. This one, the Margala Greens Golf Club. On its website, the Pakistan Army describes it as the finest golf course in Pakistan, a feast of fairways and greens with a layout of breathtaking beauty. No mention whatsoever of how it encroached on this beauty. Let me show you a map. This is where the golf course is located. It's surrounded by a sprawling national park, the Margala Hills National Park. The Islamabad High Court has said that the golf course should have never been built. It says the land was never the Pakistan Army's to use. The verdict was delivered on Wednesday afternoon. The court directed civic officials to seal the golf course and demolish it unless an environmentally friendly use can be found for it. The judgment was humiliating, to say the least. I'm going to quote a few excerpts from what the judge said. A national park is a protected area. There can be no activity in it. No one can even cut grass in the national park area. Every citizen respects the armed forces. If they encroach on state property, then it will not send a good message. It certainly wouldn't. But does the Pakistan Army care? It is a repeat offender. It seems to love land more than its motherland. In January 2016, the Sindh government accused Pakistan Army's Defence Housing Authority of encroaching on 6,000 acres of land in Karachi. A case was filed. The army was asked to vacate the land. A judge who delivered the verdict was quoted as saying that they've encroached so far into the sea that if they had their way, they would build another city on the sea itself. Last year, in April 2021, the Lahore High Court delivered a similar verdict. It said that the army had encroached on several pieces of land in Lahore, one of which, by the way, belonged to the court itself. The judge who delivered the verdict called the army the biggest land grabber in Pakistan. And these are just two instances. There are many more. In a book called Inside Pakistan's Military Economy, defense analyst Aisha Siddiqa says that the Pakistan Army owns 12% of the country's land. 2/3 of this land is in the hands of brigadiers and generals, and that there's a clear hierarchy. Officers get real estate. Personnel below the rank of an officer get farmlands. And there is little that anyone can do to stop it. The Pakistan Army is a financial powerhouse. It operates like a conglomerate. It runs at least 50 commercial entities in Pakistan. They range from farms to gas plants to power stations, cement companies, hospitals, universities, pizza chains, poultry farms, you name it, the army owns it. So there's no escaping the powers of this military machine. Forget holding it accountable. These verdicts may make for good headlines, they certainly do, but it's hard to say if anything changes on the ground, because the Pakistan Army not only runs the country, it owns it. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.